Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with episode 59, Talks Machina Perspective. We just finished watching it last night on the live stream. We have an undead giant coming after us. It smiled. I didn't rewatch it, but it's fresh enough in my mind, something to the effect of a Joker-ish, skin-ripping smile was formed on the face. I didn't think about that happening, but it makes perfect sense. We were fighting these little demon-like creatures, this giant mosquito. Jester and Ford were unconscious. I misunderstood. I thought Ford was about to die. He still had hit points, but now, because of two different strikes, both adding up to exactly 50, he has been reduced to, I believe, 38 max hit points. We now have to fight this undead giant. Sorna turned out to be a badass. And Bo, yet again, probably got the most attack power off. Yasha wasn't rolling good, but I feel like she might have been second. Either way, we were having difficulties. Half of our team, I would say, had difficulties. So let's just jump in. We'll see what they have to say here. We got Taliesin. We finally have Ashley Johnson. I figured she'd be up soon, being as she's just returned to the group. Taliesin has been in 3 of the last 5 Talks Machinas, including this one. I just saw it. I watched it up until the card right here because they were talking about campaign updates, the Kickstarter ending, stuff like that. I felt like watching it. I care about the world, and I wanted to see when it said update. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So we got about 56 minutes. Let's jump in. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon Hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, hundreds of other shows and movies. Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. Barry's this Sunday, actually, tomorrow. So check that out tomorrow. I'll probably get it up that night. That sounded funny. Check in the description below for Patreon. If not, episode 59, Talks Machina. It was like 90 degrees for 2 days. And now it's 72 and raining, and now I'm like, look at my face. That's beer
I'd like to
butter.
begin tonight's show as we begin every week.
Melts on
show.
my face. This is my beer butter.
Critical
Roll stats.
stats.
Those are brought to us. Steve, you need a mic. I've been saying this. People need to hear your witty
Mike,
really
do. Mike,
Crit roll stats.
Yeah, that's
Mike Steve.
I believed it.
I
the
want him to
second
be
time.
Steve Dave. Steve Dave.
I've always believed it.
Mike Steve.
Yasha played so brilliantly by you, Ashley.
Oh, thank you.
Look at him complimenting.
What?
He also
I'm
during the intro.
Rolled the 500th player
I don't know when they get
critical role of
married,
this
but they're
campaign.
still not married yet.
Wait, I rolled the what?
You rolled the 500th player critical role this campaign.
Really?
500.
They're not lying. Are you accusing
They're
crit roll stats of
Well, no, I'm not.
fabricating?
I'm
They're
just
the
shocked that
arbiters of
that's
truth.
that I did.
You did.
That's
And guess
pretty cool.
what? It was the Nat 20 attack against a babao demon.
What is it? A babao? Look at his face.
If I'm wrong, Matt will face
A babao demon?
Babao, I think is how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Bow-
I listened to
Babao.
Matt Mercer
Babao.
say it
Babao?
on the D&D Beyond website.
Babao.
Little bow wow.
Babao.
Little bow bow.
Bowser.
Guys, while it's common for guests to take the how do you want to do this, 6 across both campaigns, this is the first time the honor has gone to an NPC.
Really?
That's right.
Yeah, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
more
Sorna
shit to
did
kill,
it.
though.
Sorna
So this is really
got
we're
the
like,
finishing
I mean, like,
blow.
We're not even. We're barely
I'm
out
just
of
surprised
combat.
that-
Like,
I mean,
we just like we had a second. We're like.
I guess it's not as
the instance
common
hasn't really
as
ended.
it
We haven't taken a
normally
rest.
would
There's
be.
still. We just got attacked like at the end of the episode.
Travis only,
That
Ford only has like 30
character
points or something.
looks a lot. I think
Like
I've said this before,
maximum?
but
Oh,
I'm
I'm
doing a show
bouncing him
called
back up and down like a yo-yo for
Agretzko.
the next game.
he
And that
lost
looks
his
like
voice,
the
or do
animal.
you
She's a
think
red
he's
panda,
maybe
I think
not
it is.
wanting to face
I don't know if it's the same
fans
thing, but it looks just
after
like it.
Such a bad performance
I wouldn't.
last week.
Face the music.
I wonder. Weigh in. Will you give us a call at? I'm just kidding.
Give us a call and weigh in.
That's it for stats. Let's get to questions.
Okay.
Shall we? Settle in, everyone.
Hi.
This first one's a bit of a
while.
doozy.
Wow.
It's been a while.
No.
There's no
my
alcohol in
God.
this. This is just
Stop
my
it.
vitamin
Sorry.
water.
Absolutely not.
Fourth
Stop
time
saying
today.
that.
Fourth time.
You guys know
office
Friday's
today.
cheat day, so I'm
I'm gonna start making an "It's Been a While" jar, and you all have to
Yes.
put money in it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna kill this.
Oh,
down
no,
to
like we'll
11,
all go to like
because I
Shakey's,
feel like it
to
got
be fair,
louder.
it's been a while.
No.
It's been a while.
Sonic.
It's been a
maybe.
while.
Steve, you're a big
I was
Sting
thinking the
fan.
same
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Don't you throw
We're not
something
making
at
fun
me.
of the band.
Don't
We're
you
just
jangle that in
making
front of
light
my
of their
face.
music. Is it Stained? Did I say it wrong?
Stained.
Stained. Who sings this?
Stained.
A very
Stained?
beloved.
I know the band, but now he's got me thinking. Isn't it Stained? It's Sting.
Happy birthday, Danny.
Oh yeah, I did. I
right?
turned 29, didn't I?
Congrats.
I forgot.
Are you able to rent a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that at 25.
Oh, you're so lucky.
You can't. You're of age.
You
You're
get
just
Brian.
not allowed.
Yeah,
Brian
that's what I mean.
Creed.
That's
I
the
Well-
don't
issue.
break the law and get caught.
See, she's smart.
If you break the law and get caught every other time, though, are you maybe smarter?
No.
No, I don't think that's how.
Yeah.
This
If you
question
break
is
the
for
law
Ashley
and
from
get
Live
caught
PD
every other
Nation.
time, are you smarter
Man, I
than those
wish.
who don't get
Louis
caught?
Philippe
Brian,
Simard.
think before you talk.
What did absolutely destroying Sam feel like?
Well,
All right, so we have to.
No, we don't have to.
Yeah, I want to. We have to confess.
Let's see what
that
happens.
was written
I want to see what she
by
says.
Brian W. Foster, which I think is fairly obvious to the majority of the community out there. So we had some discussions with Liam and Liam, Sam, and I had some talks, and we had some things that we wanted to do, and I decided that I wanted to, come into the campaign as Liam's running mate with a bang and be the tough guy,
Yeah.
be the bad cop.
Seems like you accomplished that.
I did, and I enjoyed
literally
it because I
sweating
often
down my
don't
face.
get to do that.
And you were so
humid.
sick that night.
I was very sick. I was
Very
patient
sick.
zero here of why everybody is out of the office. So I really came
But
home
it's not
with
that. Let's not make it sound like you got here and started making out with a bunch of people.
well, I
You
did,
and I are
but-
together, and then I
Sure.
got back after getting this sickness and started making out with it.
Yeah,
hashtag no regrets.
I started
But-
with
No
with
regrets.
So
Trinket, and
Ashley
that's why
did
I
not
There's a
make
lot
out
of
with everybody
kisses
in
that
the
happen.
cast of Critical
Yeah,
Role.
Henry
Just
also
Brian, and then
kisses
Brian
people.
made out with
Yeah, you know.
everybody.
We're very.
and the sick made 3 solid attempts to get in here, and so
It
it's
did.
like
There was a lot going
it
around.
was happening.
It's inevitably gonna happen.
We've
try your
all-
best.
We've all been sick. I have to
When
take some
you're
blame on this as
involved
well.
that closely, you
we all
pretty
have our own-
much
Tired.
have a
We
50-50
really
chance
got
of
hit
getting
with it.
sick
It's
okay.
if one member
fine.
is
But you did so well
infused.
with your
On
vice
top of it,
president.
Well,
she's
it was
engaged
great.
to
It was
Brian,
fun.
so Brian's
I-
interacting constantly. She can't even keep away 100%.
I asked Liam the day
through
before
Brian. She is not.
you've been. It's no secret. Been working on a video
It's
game.
normal.
Yes,
that's,
yes.
Like at
part
work,
of a beloved
someone gets
franchise,
sick.
I'm told. I have no
Half the
interest
people
in
usually end up
things,
getting
but-
sick just because of interacting with your coworker.
And then, Liam was talking and he said, I kind of think.
arcade was
I said, do
hell
you want it
during
insulty?
COVID.
Do you want it political? He
Like
was
one person
"Oh,
would
insulting
think
might
they
be
were sick, and we had to
interesting."
quarantine
And I-
everybody.
Because him and I
we
had
have
talked
like
about
8
that
employees,
too.
I
so
looked
that's
at
like
Ashley.
everybody.
Ooh, now we can do this.
I had come up with something that was not even close to what you had because it
Yeah.
just you're very good at coming up with the insults and the roasts. So
Well-
you were the man for the job.
Yeah. I just know how to hurt people, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, true.
Yeah.
I would
But
call it
it's
witty.
something you're working on.
If
so.
you're doing it comedically, I'd call it witty.
Oh, I'm terrified.
You're hurting people. It's like a roast, like
terrified.
she said. It's
It's
roasting.
like when your uncle. I'm just
You're-
kidding.
Oh, I'm into it.
Some people
no.
just
No,
can
you're not into my uncle.
joke
Maybe not.
unfiltered
Answer this
because
question, Max. I don't hear any
I'm
music.
that kind of person. There's nothing
I just
I
hear
don't know how to
in
answer that
joke
deafening
you could say to
silence.
offend me.
Oh, it is very
If I know
good.
we're
wait,
just
it's
roasting
normally
each
we hear
other
this
and we're
beautiful
going
music
back
in the
and
background
forth,
that the folks at home are
anything
so
goes.
lucky to hear as well.
I never get
Oh.
offended. Granted, if
Did
you're being
Max go home?
serious,
Yeah, see his
I will
cheers
fight you to
empty.
the death.
Oh
He
boy,
left.
there's a lot of Cheeto dust on the
Yes.
ground.
Cheeto dust.
Taliesin,
Yeah.
Henry is out.
Hazard
Henry
wants
is
to know,
not moved in 15 minutes.
How do you feel
we've been
about being
watching.
considered a backup to
10
Travis?
minutes.
And how will this add to your torture of him during the haunted house? Okay, it can come down
By
a
the way,
little bit.
if you didn't hear me before, it is storming
It was a
outside,
long
so you're
time
going to
ago when I
occasionally
was
hear
asked to
giant
fill in
blasts
for
of
Travis
lightning.
I love.
We had walked the
everyone
Shire
in this
together for
building.
many a moon.
I love everyone in this
I
building.
was like,
my-
is that how loud it usually is?
No,
Some days. We adjust as we go.
we don't have After Dark anymore. What we have is Talks Machina Reloaded.
show.
The Shire, yeah, Shire After Hours.
Shire After Hours.
We
Taliesin, if
know
you
already.
I mean, like, to
We
be
already
fair,
know
I'm,
that
you
Ford did it, or Travis
I'm
did
a
it.
fair backup to everybody.
I
just
reacted to
because
it. I said it
like
many
keeping my
times.
Tuesdays,
If you're
Tuesdays
wondering,
free
it's
just in
called
case.
Travis Willingham's
And,
Spooktacular.
we all take
And on
care
the
of each
channel,
other.
on
You know,
YouTube, it's up there in full
happy and
reaction.
find a cover for him.
So
when he sizzled in the
Taliesin
same
never
for
had
me.
to worry
Plus,
about
we all
this.
live here to a certain extent, so
Yeah,
it's
we
I
easy.
don't
kinda
think
live here anyway. I
Taliesin
was
would have
gonna
been
Some of
as
us that don't have
entertaining
kids live
solely
here.
because
Definitely
I think
that as well.
Taliesin
We
would
don't want the
flourish
kids
in that
around.
environment.
We carry so many diseases.
Half the
apparently.
fun is watching
Actually, I will
people
say
like Travis
for
get
real
their
though,
shit
I am
scared
there's
out.
exhausted
Max.
all the time.
I feel like he'd
and,
be strolling through with no
this is an
problem.
exhaust. I mean, like, I love this gig, and it's exhausting because I love it because I want to do it all the time.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, I have so much to do and all this stuff, and it's amazing, and I'm tired. How do the people with kids do this?
Yeah.
And then I feel
this
like
is my
wow, I'm a
thought
slacker.
process with YouTube.
Because like I don't like I
What
see
Taliesin's saying
like
right now
Travis
is
and,
my
like,
whole
Liam and
thought
Sam get
process
done,
with
I'm like,
YouTube.
oh no.
I'm always
Yeah.
exhausted,
And
but
they
I
have
love doing
kids
it.
and they're taking
so
their
I'm
weekends and,
at
like, not,
fault
like,
for being
I'm
as
like, I'm-
exhausted.
Wow, what
And then I
happens
wonder,
to
what do people do that
Did you
have
guys
kids?
see-
So I'm
They
happy
just
to
don't
take
do
that
YouTube, I
Tuesday
guess.
from him.
Well,
I
we're
mean,
happy
people
you're
do,
here.
but
We're-
they probably have
And are you excited about?
significant
Yeah, you're
others and
excited about
help
the haunted
and
house.
nannies and money.
No, I'm so excited about that.
He once jumped out from behind the door of the studio and scared the living bejesus out of me. I think
And
he
me
even.
too.
I think
I
he may
just
even
I,
film
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I
I
consume
remember that
myself
night 'cause
with
you
work.
came home
So I assume if
she
I
was
had
plotting
kids,
revenge
I would
for
just
the
do
second.
less work
I've been.
for sake
I
of
take years.
not
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
time to do it.
Oh,
like,
I can't wait for this.
This is my community. There's not a haunted house you can choose in Los Angeles where I don't know people who work there. He's
so
fucked.
excited. I'm
Sorry.
so excited for
That's such a specific set of skills.
Oh man, I've like been in haunted houses when like the guy with the knives run by and they're like, ah, hey Taliesin, ah! I'm like,
See?
what's up? All right.
I literally said he'd flourish. He
Like, I don't
actually
even know who that
knows
was. They
the
were-
people who
they
run
were
them.
screaming at me. Oh, hi,
He's
Mom.
a, he's
I mean,
a, he's
we
a
should
regular.
really test
he's a
them
friend
out,
of
and we
the
should
people.
also meet with them. We have somewhat of a budget here. We could maybe make it a little gnarlier. Help them.
I
what
want
could
him
we
to do
bring
one
in?
that I did,
Exterior, I love
where
it.
I had to sign a waiver and you go
No,
through a
that
lot.
one was
The
too much.
hauntedness.
There's the
That's
creepy
a
woman
little
in the
Travis,
cage
so we
with the
can get
fire.
more
Travis
entertainment.
might
Yeah.
hurt some.
I'd have to rewatch
We have
it.
to remember.
There's a lot of things I
he's a
should
big dude.
rewatch
And
because
even when he's scared,
most of these
we
things
don't
I watched
know
2+
what
years
limits
ago.
the terror could reach to where it turns into.
Right?
He
No.
could come out of
Maybe a
there.
year. I don't
with
remember anymore.
blood all over his mouth and
It's got to be a
bones,
year and a half at least.
You know, like
And, like,
around
I've
his
been
neck and
plotting-
ears and shit in his mouth and.
Yeah, and like I've been plotting shit for years, down to the point of like I know specific aspects of horror that specifically scare him, and like know people
Yeah.
involved with
Oh,
those
yes.
specific.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say them out here, but like I
No, because it needs to be a
No,
surprise.
let's not
yeah,
give out
but
our secrets.
I mean, we'll figure out something that's
Let's
both
not
safe
let
for the
out.
performers
But he has to
and
go through
delightful.
alone.
For the love of God.
I mean, I want all of us
Share-
to be able to watch it, but I feel like he needs to go through a lot.
I don't. I will. Maybe we can make it. I don't know. Maybe we can make it worse. I don't know.
Hey, do that with your hair again.
We all turn on him
Do that with
halfway
your
through.
hair
I don't know. We'll see.
No, do it with your hair again.
Why?
Because I like it. Do it again. No, that's half-assed.
That's a half-ass.
That look good. I'm
Look
not
at
gonna
Brian. Brian's like
Taliesin,
flirting
do it
with
to
his fiance on the show. Now he's flirting with Taliesin.
Now look at the camera. Now look at the camera.
No, that's not
That-
okay. That's not good.
I'm not gonna lie.
Good. Fix it.
That
Fix it.
actually looks pretty.
Fix it. No.
Danny's wrong. I will
Oh, thank
disagree
God.
with Danny on this. It's not bad like that, but I think it looked crazy
Don't hurt
good
me.
when he went wild with it. It actually
Gayla
like
Youngblood
flowed.
wants to know.
Taliesin's got
The
good
party
style,
seemed wary
a
of the
weird
Giants
style,
and were
a
contemplating
different
running away to
style.
regroup. What made
I
you
say
decide
weird
to
in
run
a good
towards
way,
them?
like Weird
Do you
Al.
guys agree with that? That the party seemed wary of the Giants and were contemplating running away to regroup? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do
I
you?
don't know if I agree with that either.
I actually
Okay.
dig this
Because
duo.
I feel like
Ashley
we
and
were ready
Taliesin,
to-
they're both like wacky,
make our way in
comedic
there.
people who are very like chill and laid back. Not that the others
You
are
know, maybe
high strung,
some
but I feel like
discussions,
this
some
is
talks,
a nice little
and
trio.
not necessarily immediately
and
attack
Taliesin's
them,
becoming
but I made a choice.
basically a regular.
I
Taliesin
think
is
what made
totally
me
experienced
decide
in Talks
to
Machina.
go in. I do think with Yasha, which I'm sort of still figuring out with her, I think that once she sort of is engaged in combat, it's hard for her to pull out.
She's target lock.
It's hard for
It's hard for her
to
to
It's
pull
hard
out.
for her to pull out of the game.
So
Knew that was
yeah,
going
once the target
there.
is locked, I think
She
has
even
to
laughed.
sort of-
She's like,
Fire missiles.
God damn
Keep
it,
going.
Brian's
But,
going to make 5
You
jokes
need to grow
before I can
Also,
finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there is a little bit with barbarians where they're a little. It's fun to sort of explore the impulsive side of that, where it's somebody that's just like, I'm ready to just,
Yeah.
go to town, pedal to the metal right away. But
She's like,
also,
go to
that was a
town.
little bit prompted by
I want to see
Travis.
Brian's face during all
See, I
this
was looking at him and
explanation.
he's like, yeah, go,
Yeah,
go, go.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
he'll egg you on. He'll
I
egg
think
you
I was
on.
leaning towards it, and then Travis was like, let's go, and I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
this is gonna happen right now.
Yep.
So
Boy, if only Travis was here tonight. to confirm this.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
egging-
what I said. Yeah.
Where's
Oh
Travis?
yeah. No, that's yeah.
Is that your Travis?
That's my
I can't do
garage.
Travis. I
Travis.
want
Oh.
Ashley to attempt it.
Oh.
She was
Steve, how
trying.
does
Roll.
Travis talk?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Travis. Is he one of the Beatles?
Travis. I can't do
From
it.
Liverpool,
I mean,
eh?
if I really tried it, I could probably get closer. But I ain't
Taliesin.
gonna. I'm not a fan of. There's certain accents I
Feral
just
Dan
do on a
Pride
whim.
wants to know.
Travis is not one I will try.
The giant fight could have gone very poorly if it weren't for Caduceus' passive thinking and
Yes.
thankfully knowing giant.
Saved.
Does he hope all battles go as peacefully as this?
Saved
He's not a pacifist.
Ford's
course.
life. From what
I know
we saw
he
and
gives
what
the
we're
vibe
told,
of a pacifist.
Ford would have likely perished. Possible,
He's
very more likely than had would happen.
naturalist.
happened.
I don't know. There's not a good word for it, but no. I mean, if anything, it was.
Herbalist.
He's definitely there's some herbalism involved. But no, I think it's more to the point that he felt that this wasn't the most advantageous direction to take. There was very much the idea of the water is pouring this way, but we're hitting a rock, and it's very much the path of least resistance seemed to be this seems difficult, and I'm not entirely sure that we need to do this. And there might be something more for us if we just let it happen. But he wouldn't have had a second thought about grinding them into paste if it had come down to it.
Yeah.
Because nature is cruel.
Yeah.
And indifferent to such things.
Yep.
But
Nature.
yeah,
cruel.
I mean, nature. I mean, like you watch a nature video. There's a whole nature is metal subreddit that is just like,
Oh no,
oh wow, yeah, that happens in the world. And
I've watched many of these videos.
things.
Like
things
I
when
had
you
a
see the
friend that
snake
was
is, like actually swallowed.
one of those
type.
type, like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
put on
things
his
like that.
background.
And you're like,
we'd have
oh
drinks
my
and
God.
bullshit
And,
hang out, and that would be on his background, like
accepting
National
and like
Geographic,
letting that be
most
part of it along the
deadliest
lines
creatures
of
and
flowers are beautiful,
all the horrors
mushrooms
of
are
nature.
fascinating, rot
What is
is
it called?
beautiful, and the swamp smells
Faces
great.
of
Also,
Death?
alligators fucking eat a baby.
I've
And
seen
you're
it
like-
many times.
and it's all
I think
part of
it's
the
Faces of
tapestry.
Death.
You guys.
Also, alligators
guys-
fucking.
Faces
I
of
just,
Death.
I just flash forward to 2 hours from now where I'm going to be at
based
home
off- I
on
forget. It was a long time
Tumblr.
ago, but
And
I've
I
seen
know the
horror
Tumblr
shit.
accounts that are going to
know.
post that quote that you just said
Alligators.
too, and I will be seeing you
in
soon.
various colors.
And I know
in
how I got
person.
there, and they won't know how I got there, but I know how that happened just now in my head.
Yeah, of course.
Well, so-
Speaking of
so yeah.
shrooms,
Speaking of shrooms.
the other day I thought of a great band name. Shroom and Capote. Ooh. But then I found out like there's already I googled it and someone else thought of me.
Is there already a Shroom?
Thought,
Capote?
someone else thought of me.
There's like some shit
That's
out
very
there.
clever.
I don't know.
That's
Give us a call and let us
That's a
know
good
what you
one.
think.
But
1-800.
I said this
Ashley.
before. I feel like at some
Nathaniel
point
Cox wants to know.
there are so many
Let's
people
CLX
on this
guys before
planet.
you're asking any follow-ups.
For what is it? 8
After
billion?
spending most
Almost
of the
8 billion
campaign in
people at
everyone
this
else's
point?
home turf,
Somebody
how does
said
it feel
everything
to
at
be
some
traveling
point.
so close to Yasha's
It's
home?
very hard.
A
The only
place
thing
that
you could
is
do
so
is beat them
foreign
to
me.
copyright it or something.
You know,
But somebody
it-
somewhere has probably
a
said
lot
or
of the
done
games that I
everything at some
wasn't,
point. It's just a matter
here
of
for
who
when they were going
has the
to,
money and
Jorha's.
power to bring it to the forefront.
I think there were a lot of conversations that I would have had because Yasha is obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's not a place that she's ready to go back to because she ran away from there for a very
We still
specific
have to
reason,
tap into
and
Yasha.
it's,
I think we've talked in the live
know,
stream
if her
about it,
tribe
and we're
ever
still not
found
there
her.
yet.
I
Are
mean,
we there
she-
yet? I feel
she
like we're
owes
still
them
a good
her-
dozen episodes away from tapping
she owes
into
them a
Yasha.
death, basically, because of what she did. So, I think she's trying to keep a low profile, but also they're
That would
they're
also
northern and
be a reason
and
to steer
there's
clear
parts
for
of
now.
Jorha's that she's never been to anyway. She hasn't
Yeah.
been this far north, so it's
I think
still
we're getting GIF. I was gonna say fan art. GIF of the
a
week
little-
soon.
she's cautious, and I think as long as they don't go south,
Does she have one earring?
she might be okay.
I feel like she's
know,
got
we'll
one
see.
dangly earring.
But I think it is. I clearly she's enjoying being there.
I don't know.
The food from home, the spiders. just the
Oh, wait.
sort of
I see a
landscape,
little
the
sparkly
southern
in her
landscape
ear.
that where she's from
I
is
don't know.
a
I
little
feel like
bit
she's
different.
got different earrings.
But,
Not that it's relevant. I just am noticing
It's
things.
you know, if anybody goes back to their home turf, there is a familiarity that's there that whether or not you like it, you know it. And I think she's enjoying sort of at least sharing that a little bit with the others. You know, I think having Jester try some of the spider meat made her very happy
Yeah, yeah,
in her own little way.
yeah. I would
try spider meat. I hate spiders, but I've said many times I'm not like afraid of them. I just hate them.
Centered
I just
on
think
their
they're
character.
annoying.
Yeah, for
There's things you
sure.
just
When it comes
dislike.
up, it seems like all of you guys are.
Spiders to me are.
in one
I
accord on
understand
that.
they eat other bugs and they do things.
Now that you're back, are you
they annoy
terrified
the crap
that
out
Matt
of me.
is
My
like
whole life I've grown up in the country
planning
and
to
spiders
try
are
and-
always around.
Of course.
Nuisances crawling in my bed
Yeah.
and stuff.
I feel pretty certain that he doesn't
when you
plan
live
like
in the
that.
woods, it's inevitable.
You don't think he does?
It's gonna happen.
No, I mean my feeling is that there are a couple backstories that are wandering, and the wandering ones are the ones that he throws at you when it's time, but a lot of them are location based.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's what makes me a little nervous also because we are in Jorhas and
Yeah.
you know, obviously it's inevitable. You
I love that
write
name.
your
Great name.
character and you come up with your backstory and you know at some point that's going to come out, but it's still nerve-wracking. And maybe it's just because it feels weirdly private, and you know you come up with this story and it's something that you keep hidden that you know eventually will come out, but when you start to get attached to the
What is
character
Ashley's
and you're like,
shirt?
oh, I
Fabulous color.
I have
But is
to-
it just a shirt
your
with a
secrets
unicorn,
too.
perhaps?
yeah,
Yeah.
they become your secrets
see
too,
a
and
rainbow.
it's weird. So I get why everybody's like, well, I don't want to let out my backstory yet. It's and I think for me, it's sitting at the table. Like these players, they're very good, and it's so fun to sit at the table. And but it is intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, and it's you sit down, and you're like, oh man,
Playfully
here we go,
competitive
and,
without being
it
competitive.
takes a little minute to get in the
When I say
groove, and
competitive,
think
I mean
it's-
like
it's wanting
I
to
want
sort of
I want to do
get
something
in
that
the pocket
makes the other people
before,
be like, "Holy crap!" and now they're
you
going to
tell
be like,
your
"Now I got
backstory
to
because you
trump
want to
that,"
be
but
able
not
to give it justice, but
for the
also
sake
you're
of
like
winning
trying
per
to
se,
protect
just
it.
for
It's a weird thing.
encouraging
It's
greatness
weird.
in
No,
game.
you're absolutely right. It's very strange and weirdly private, and yet here
Yeah.
you are, and you have to remember how to do math in the middle of all this, which is always just the.
Yeah.
No, that's
I have to count to. God damn it.
Yeah.
And which sibling? Oh no.
I remember when you were writing the backstory for Pike, but I didn't understand D&D yet at that point. So I remember you talking to me about what was going on and the connection to Travis and all of that stuff. And I remember those, like the story elements of it, but I didn't understand fully how that would play out inside the game because I didn't understand D&D yet.
Right.
But having been around for the Yasha, you know, you fleshing out Yasha was so fucking cool to watch your process
'Cause
and
now,
your
yeah,
research and like
I get
piecing
what
all
he's
that stuff
saying. You
together and to
understand
see
how the
level of
progression works and how it all
care
like
that you guys put
turns
into it firsthand was fucking dope.
whatever.
Even with Pike,
direction
like
you
I
took.
feel like in our first campaign,
Like I can
we had our
relive this 12
backstories,
times,
but
and if I focus on a different character, it's a different
I don't
experience.
think until we started
But
streaming the games, we didn't know
you
at what
do
extent that
understand
would be
the
told.
Actually
progress,
used in the
how it
game.
works.
Yeah, because even in our home games, it was different, and I feel like a lot of us didn't develop the backstory as much as.
I had played with Matt, so I kind of had a sense of what he tended to do to people. So
Sure.
I gave him a solid page of something. But like, yeah, it's hard to. But that was also your first. What was one of your first rounds into it? You don't really. You write that and you're like, oh no, this is. I've just laid the seeds for my destruction. Big 2
time.
years.
Yeah.
But it's so different. Like now knowing the possibilities that you can have with D&D, like even in our home game that we have, like thinking of the backstory now, it's so different. Like any other D&D games that I play, I'm just like pages and pages of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
backstory.
yeah.
Whether or not you get to them,
Right.
it's nice to have that there. Because you're like, oh, I could, who knows when this will come up.
It also helps explain decisions that the character makes.
Yeah.
The more
GIF.
that you flesh out, the more
mean,
that you
yeah, GIF,
have
right? Yeah,
to
I keep
the
doing
more
that.
little sandboxes you have.
I
to
like
move that
I get
person around
lost
I
in the
feel like.
show
Right.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
forget if we've seen it. And like I'm
guys are
like,
so
am I,
good
have I
at
been sitting here for 4
We're so
hours?
good at it.
Hey, there's no GIF of the week this week.
What?
We are actually gonna not do GIF of the week for a little while. We're coming up with something
What?
quite interesting. So we're gonna mix things up a little bit. We're still having fan art of the week every week, so keep submitting your fan art.
I like this
But
idea.
we have some
Submit, but what is going to happen
Yeah,
instead?
I mean,
Nothing yet.
whatever you have to do. Ash, the
Dab-
camera wasn't on. You. Do it
dabbing.
again.
How you doing?
Dab it.
I don't know.
Just say submit and then do that
dabble, do
thing that you just did. Just
did I
say
do?
submit and do the thing you just did.
Did I do it? Did I
Yeah, do
say
it to this camera. Say submit and then do the thing you just did.
submit?
Slash.
How do you do it?
She did
is
like
now.
a delayed.
That is.
It is now.
All the
She
time
did
we have
such
for
a
tonight.
slow-mo delayed version.
That's
She had
all
like
I've ever wanted to see.
I don't know
on
what
this
she did, but
show.
it was done well, but
Oh
not
my
what I
God.
expected and threw me off
yeah,
slightly.
we're,
But the
we're
slash,
Cooking up, we're cooking up something interesting.
was almost
a new
throwing.
giveaway, a new contest.
and it was on point.
for something
I-
different.
I thought the
that's
slash
not
would have been
gift,
off
but we
mark.
love all your gifts and thank you for sending them in.
I
Gift of the
really
week might come back, but for now, we're gonna come up with something.
Contractually
I'm
obligated to
a-
come up with another idea, weren't you?
No,
No,
I'm a
sure.
out of the
big
goodness of
fan.
my heart.
Big fan of the new idea.
Okay, good.
What is the
we'll
new
be announcing
idea?
something soon.
We're gonna announce it soon,
Blow
so
dart
not
the next
this
from
one.
Rachel Romero.
So I
Taliesin?
literally was jokingly saying we're going a
Heb
while.
807 wants
I'm
to know.
looking like we are
Because of the
past
language
gift of the week
barrier,
point.
Caduceus
and
was
there is
forced
no
to
more
step
gift of
up
the
and be
week.
the negotiator
Fan
and the face
art
of the party
will
this
wait
week.
for you.
How does he feel about having such a role? Would he take it again if he didn't have
Oh,
to?
yeah, he loves talking to people. He's really into talking to people. He likes people. People are great, especially people he hasn't met before, which is thankfully most people. So most people are just people you haven't met, and that's great, because
Yeah.
then you meet them. And once you've met them, that's great. That's the most caduceus I can get right now.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
beautiful.
Yeah, no, I mean, like it's
It made
part of the
sense.
it's one
It
of the
was
things he
definitely
actually
a
enjoys.
ring around the
is-
rosy.
is finding people who want to converse and kind of having what a teenager would refer to as a meaningful conversation, which is more of just a conversation with stakes.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of a conversation with stakes, whatever those
Actual
stakes may be.
Steaks.
As long as
Rare,
they're
medium,
rare,
rare,
medium.
rare.
Yeah,
Knew you were
I
going
want
there.
medium rare. Brian,
yeah,
you are
yeah,
a
and
man
it-
true
Max,
and
you
dear
like
to
Good
my heart.
opportunity, man.
That's how I get my steaks. Medium rare.
Mac?
I
Did you have any
typically
steak
prefer
last
it
night,
rare.
Max?
It depends
Guys,
where
you can't
go.
see this
I
unless
know
we
there is
can,
a certain
unless
way
Greg
things are
can
made,
make
but
some magic
places
here.
do it differently.
Max,
I'll go
are you
rare
able
to
to show the
medium rare.
people your left hand and your left hand only?
What the?
Zach, are you awake?
Zach,
Henry,
where are you?
wake Zach up, please.
They're working on it.
They're working on it.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh, Max.
What the?
What did Max do?
Max, what happened?
God.
That's pretty
A
good.
plus, Steve.
A plus, Steve.
Wow.
Max. Max burned his hand making some steaks last night.
This would be
Did he
Max's
really?
second burn.
This would be Max's second. You're like a real Jimmy Fallon.
That would be
over here, always
hilarious if
cutting
he
yourself.
actually.
He's a real
Dropping the sick burns.
zany
Well, crazy guy.
dude. Did you feel like you finished that thought?
More or less. I mean, yeah, he's always into it. He loves talking
Do
to
you
people.
feel like
he
you
would,
finished
he would be
your
the
thought
if he
after
felt
I
that he better understood the stakes of
talked
what was
about
happening, he would probably be
randomness
more
for 5 minutes?
involved in these negotiations.
Yeah.
It's only when he really feels like he has a solid grasp, whether or not he does or not, of the
Yep.
situation. Which is mostly that's
You know what I would
Squishy
love
stuff.
to see? I know our fans are capable of a lot of stuff. The Critters have shown, look at this Kickstarter. The Critters have shown they can do anything. Max's face is out there. A pot holder with Max's face.
Stop it. No.
Perhaps like, yeah.
What, you never made a mistake, man?
Let's compromise and
Have-
and
have
maybe
I never
have
made
the
a
horse- the horse
mistake?
head.
I've done my time.
Brian's taken his
Ashley.
abuse. Brian took abuse
Queer
to get
Docs
to where he is
wants
now.
to know.
So now Max.
Do you think that
must
maybe
have his
Yasha's
head on a
natural
pot
one
holder.
stealth roll is what led
People
to the
make
Mighty
mistakes
Nine
all the time,
talking to the giants
but
instead of killing
most
them?
of the time,
you said before,
especially
that
your
natty
friends are
ones
gonna make
are
fun of you.
sometimes great 'cause
Within
they can
reason.
take you in an
I mean,
interesting
obviously,
direction.
if something
Is this one of
traumatically
them?
bad happened. I mean, burning your
I
hand.
do think natural ones
He's
can
healed.
take you in an
It's fair
interesting
game.
direction because I think you're sort of forced to think
If he
of
was like in
something
the
else
hospital with like
and not be the hero.
third-degree burns
You'd
and
be like,
skin
"Ah,
grafts, I'd be like,
dang
that's
it,
a
I
bit
gotta
much,
figure something
Brian.
else out.
Yeah.
I think more so it led to selfishly me discovering something new about Yasha, of sort of the impulsiveness to just
Yeah,
jump
like you
into
were
the
saying.
fight.
Oh,
just being like,
interesting.
well, I'm out here now, so I gotta finish the job.
Finish the job.
You know, but I think the whole fight in general, I think we all were feeling it to at some point that, oh, we should probably stop fighting them and try to talk to them.
I don't know if we were all feeling it, but I definitely know on our end of the table, it was definitely the vibe was
Yes,
happening.
I think
I
when
won't speak
Jester
for table 2.
turned the
Was she laughing at
Into a
Taliesin?
whale.
into a
'Cause
whale.
Yeah.
I found
Sorta.
I found
Good
that
call, Will.
what he said was
Yeah,
up
I think it was
funny,
like, oh, the
and I don't know
tables
if it
have
was
turned a little bit.
intentional.
We should probably.
But she looked like she
We're
thought
gonna
it was
murder
as
these
well,
people.
so I
Wouldn't
feel
have
better about
So
myself.
I
for
think
laughing.
we realized we had the upper hand. At least I felt like we had the upper hand.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, we can talk this out. But yeah, sometimes natural ones can be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Except when it's those moments where you're like, I really
no.
needed something
Trying to
more than
resurrect a
this.
friend or something.
Yes,
Oh.
that's never a good time to have.
Natural
Great
ones
time
are
to have
fun
that.
when you're.
Proud of
I
you playing so
agree.
much ping
I
pong.
say this all the time.
Yeah.
When I say I want to
Hey,
see
Taliesin.
our people in trouble,
Nefarious
it's just
Moss.
to see how they can
The
get
most
out of it.
nefarious Moss of
I
all.
never want them
Caleb
to die.
suggested
But once in a
killing
blue
the
moon, if
Giants,
things are
even
going
after
too
learning
good,
that they lost
I don't
their
mind a
home.
natural one
It's
to
happened
throw
with
a
the boys.
wrench in the mix and see how they adjust.
Don't laugh, you guys.
I just like to
No,
see
I'm
the
gonna laugh.
adjustments.
Max is so
But I don't
happy
want
right
him to
now.
die.
Payback for
Never,
that shit with
never,
his
never,
fucking
never.
hand. How did Caduceus feel about that?
Oh, boy.
Did he expect that reaction from Caleb or any of the Mighty Nine? He often says, the Mighty Nine serve life. Does he believe that's true for every member?
No,
Okay.
not every. It can't be every member. Or is it like you're all on a path
he
regardless?
Put that forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can
Oh,
see Caduceus
boy. This
believing
is
it, yes,
complicated.
because it's complicated.
How to put this?
It's like maybe
he is-
intentionally they're not, but
I know,
everybody
Clay-
has a
Clay's-
path.
Clay's aware of the disposition and general attitudes of the people that he is traveling with, and he is aware that part of his role in this group of people is to kind of be Jiminy Cricket and do the let's not just murder everybody. Let's murder half of everybody we meet.
Yeah.
Just
My
50-50
apologies.
down the middle.
50-50
and he's
down the
aware
middle.
that Caleb is
Murder
one of those
half the
people who's
people.
having that trouble, and he's so he doesn't begrudge him his kill them all. Best to leave a trail of bodies rather than a trail of witnesses feeling. But part of serving life is definitely dealing. There's a certain amount of death in life as well. Serving life doesn't necessarily mean preserving all life you find in his mind. It's a lot more of just trying to find that place where life is most benefited, where finding the situation where life has the chance to thrive, and part of that thriving is death, rebirth, growth, and all these things.
Man, he's going
and
deep,
Caleb in particular,
deeper than
has
I
some very
was
strong
thinking.
feelings
I mean,
about what
I
he's-
could have gotten to that point, but he's going deeper.
his potential and I mean, he's got feelings about everybody, but definitely he sees a lot of potential in him if he can get his head screwed on straight.
Interesting. Wow.
I'm always
Hands.
right about these things, but
Yeah.
fan art.
No, I get it.
Are we on fan art?
One for both of you.
No. I was gonna say it looks too early to be fan art. I'm curious to see
bacon?
how we do the routine now.
So the Mighty Nine have now found more demon
Co-bacon.
portals than Brian has had
KO or is
parole
it KO
officers.
bacon? Nah. I don't know.
What worries or theories have you had about what
Co-bacon.
this seemingly common occurrence means?
strange shit happens at the Circle K, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Circle K.
Okay.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, that is weird.
Classic.
I mean,
That's
it means something.
super weird, man.
Weird things afoot at the Circle K.
How do you like
Yasha and
that?
Kat are like, oh, that's
Wow,
fucking weird.
that's weird. You ever see that before?
No.
Nah, me neither.
All right.
Crazy.
So
add that to my.
I have some theories
Instagram
about
story.
it, but I don't want to share them in case.
I don't have any theories.
You don't have any
Nope,
theories?
no idea.
I don't have any theories.
Not even me. Not even Clay. Neither.
Yeah, I don't think Yasha has any theories on it.
But you might
But
have
me
some
actually
theories.
has
So
some
you have
theories on
theories.
it. But I you know, I'm not going to share them just in case
Nah, be good.
that happens to be what it
good.
is.
Yes.
So funny thing is,
We
I
don't
took
share
Evil wizard.
theories.
Fiend Rift. I
Matt
had put
is
Fiend
expressed
Rifts on my recap
specifically
conspiracy board,
Matt. I feel like
and
others
then I
too.
found that y'all had
Maybe
like
Danny's
solved
one
it
of
by
them.
finding that anchor,
The
so I took
theories
it off of the
create
board,
chaos
and
from
then
us,
this
from
happened.
them, I mean,
and
from-
so
we can do
now,
it. We
and so I
don't- we
immediately
don't
had to like put it back
get our
on. And now
voice
there's
out
like
to the
underlined
masses.
and all this stuff.
Because there's just more riffs.
Now there's more riffs. Where the fuck are they coming from? It's freaking. It's fucking with my brain.
No, it's definitely weirded me out.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't. I
Snake trees?
I don't like it.
yeah, the snake
true, you
tree
don't.
thing.
Not
Oh my
cool.
god.
It's not cool.
That
No.
was built for you to not
No,
be
Snake
happy.
trees.
I was very unhappy about that.
The snake trees were a little creepy.
We couldn't go through the reptile room at the county fair.
No.
You were not okay. You were not okay.
Yeah. I remember walking down the street at the county fair with Taliesin, seeing the giant sign and turning around.
It's like, but, oh.
Did you guys go in?
No.
No.
you
Where I
have a
used to
thing
go,
with
well, I still
reptiles?
go
I don't.
there.
Not
Where my shore
reptiles,
house is.
specifically snakes. Like I can handle
There
lizards.
is
I can
a
handle iguanas.
aquarium
like all that
slash
stuff. Snakes
reptile
specifically.
A lot of people. Brian
Zoo,
hates
whatever the
snakes.
heck you call
I
it.
like
They
snakes.
suck.
He hates them. He's
And you
terrified.
can walk through and
awful.
stuff, but it's like
I
been the
wanna get a
same for
snake.
20
No.
years.
And I want a little one.
No.
And I want to name it Charisse with 3 S's.
That's very. That's very
Charisse
cute.
with
But
3 S's
I
'cause of
can't support
snake.
this, Ashley.
Well,
Charisse.
Okay.
Oh, at the
Fanny Fresh
end.
great snakes.
Charisse.
I'm gonna ask this
with
next
3
one.
S's.
Oh,
I like
that's
that.
fair.
I like
So
that.
Zorro for me 3 wants to know for Ashley. So we've kind of hit the first part of this question, but the second part is
Okay.
interesting. Is Yasha worried she's going to come across the Tal'dorei tribe, or is she anxious to visit Zuala's grave and show her the flowers she's been collecting?
Yo, that is a deep cut. That is some specific question.
Definitely worried to come across the tribe again. And I think that's. Welcome back.
Brian tried
Is this
to
for the
sneak.
fucking endgame shit?
We,
What did you guys? I had to go. I
Brian
had to go.
man, we were vamping.
Almost got back,
Sorry, I
and
had to
they
go, I had
caught
to go
him.
clear my throat, and I didn't want to do it on the mic.
No, it was a good idea. I knew that's where
I feel
you were
much
going.
better.
Yeah, because Henry wasn't stressed that you were leaving.
I had complete control.
She
of
had
the
total
situation.
control of it.
I mean,
Probably
Danny-
And then
no one would
the
have known.
cameraman.
Danny's a veteran at this old.
Danny
I
did.
learned
I was
everything
gonna
I
say,
know.
Danny grabbed the
know.
question. Like the way Danny did it, I was like,
yeah,
that was
definitely
different, but it
nervous to
flowed
see
nice. Danny just randomly was like,
the
"Yo, I got a
Tal'dorei
question for
tribe
you."
because I feel
it
like-
worked. It was different,
I
but she
mean, they
covered
have
good. And then
every
the
right to kill
cameraman's
her.
like, "Brian, you suck."
So I think, and I think Yasha thinks that as well. You know, I think it was. She still feels very cowardly in the decision that she made to run, and I think I don't know how she would respond to that if she did see them. If she would say, "Okay."
But what about the grave?
What do you mean she would say okay?
I think she would love to visit her grave, but it's also one of those things where
It might be too risky.
When-
Why go
you know
there?
she ran away during the whole ceremony when Zuala was being executed. I think I've talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't.
You have.
Here's some news.
I can't remember specifics, but I do remember what we're talking about.
So
I just
the
don't remember
last
specifics.
time she really saw her, she was alive. So I think it's one of those things where
Like you feel guilty,
It's hard
responsible, maybe, for not
to
helping.
visit a grave site because then it feels final. And I think it's also acknowledging that she is gone. But I think there's also part of her that wants to, and that's why she's been collecting the flowers. And it's sort of that dual, complicated thing of she knows that her death was because of her,
I wonder
but
if at some point the flowers are going to come
I don't know.
into
There's a lot there that
God.
I'm trying not
play
to.
beyond
Oh my
just being
God.
like a beautiful thing that
crazy. It's
Yasha's
heavy.
doing.
Yeah.
Like if
trying to-
one of them will be like this
more.
flower
Yeah, there is.
There's only like
medicinal in
there's
nature,
a
and
small
you didn't
amount of
even know it,
backstory
and we
that we
could
have.
I know.
bring the
are you doing
mythical
with that?
elephant
I'm having a
beast
moment.
to
You're
life
having a
with it or
moment.
something
hello,
like that.
who's
Your
this?
puppetry work is very good,
Henry, do you see?
Taliesin.
Thank you.
Max, we should put Taliesin to work. He's got good puppetry
I
work.
don't do puppets.
Hey, you know what we should
I
do is
don't
give
do
away some
puppets.
motherfucking fan art of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Fan
know what
art
we're
of the
doing
week
here.
with lots of cussing.
Fan art.
Fan art of the week.
Our dad.
Sweater.
Sweater.
Our
Sweater.
sweater.
Oh, sweater.
What is happening? Wait.
Oh my god.
No, it's bad. It's a distraction for the folks at home.
Is it?
This week's fan art winner for campaign 2,
I think it's more of a
episode
distraction
59. We're
when you
almost
point it
to
out
episode.
and have a discussion about it. But I'm fine with it. He can do
Making
whatever he
numbers
wants.
with my hands.
What is there?
6.
Sent in by Kate Trozzi, or Trotzi, or Trozy, at Katie Crash.
I want to see what I think it is. That's a nice one. I dig it.
So pretty.
The women of the Mighty Nine.
God, look at this.
Nice, beautiful.
It's like a.
Look how sweet they are.
Oh
Look
my
how
God.
sweet they are. That's more
I feel like I
realistic.
would have wanted to read this.
That's
book
one of the
when I
more
was
realistic
15.
I've
Well,
seen.
yeah, dude.
Most of them
It
are
was like
more
one of the- it's got a.
like
the-
cartoony, I would say.
We talked about this
More
book.
rounded
have. It's
edges.
killing me.
That's more edgy.
Yeah.
Sisterhood
Not
of the Traveling
bad.
Pants.
No,
Good. Doesn't crack the top 10.
because I have the book too, and I read it
good, though.
when we
It's
were
good.
kids. That weird
I know we were talking.
Babysitter's Club.
babysitters.
Oh, I was
That's
obsessed with
The
Babysitters Club.
Babysitters Club.
Okay.
Oh my God, I
Which one
remember
were
that.
you? Which one did you feel the most, like, kinship
I was
with?
I can't bring them back.
I was Dave, for sure.
That's all I
This
remember.
is a serious
remember being
question,
Dave.
I think
Brian.
my sister used to watch it.
I can no longer
I
bring the
feel like
names
it was
back.
on like
at-
I was
Showtime
the
or
redhead with the
HBO or
glasses,
something. I don't
Mel-
know.
Mallory.
Mallory.
Mel B.
I always,
like Melon.
I always felt the most kinship to Claudia.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember any names
Claudia
or
was my
anything
girl.
like that. I just
Claudia and
remember the
Stacey.
jokes.
Did you have a babysitters club with your girlfriends?
Do what?
Did you have a babysitters club with your girlfriends?
No, I babysat. Most of my friends growing up were dudes.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Fair.
But I did babysit around the neighborhood.
Brian, listen
Dudes
to
were reading
Brian.
Sweet Valley High, man.
Oh,
Sweet Valley High.
was
I
awesome.
remember
Vibe.
Sweet Valley High.
I read a.
I never saw any of them. I just
I ended
remember.
I
the
only read a
names.
little bit of Babysitters Club.
I was
I'm
obsessed
sure
with
I
Babysitters.
caught
I was obsessed
pieces
with
here and
Babysitters Club
there.
and Sweet Valley High.
But I mainly
times.
remember the names.
I'm a billion years old, so I was also raised on a little bit of
I
Gidget,
don't
or-
Sweet
I'm
Valley.
gonna go watch
I feel
Worm
like I
Life.
vaguely remember a theme song.
I'm gonna watch Worm Life at my desk.
Which one are you from Worm Life?
I'm definitely Chris Gates because he's hella chill like me. Guys, congrats. Thanks to everyone who submitted.
Hella chill.
Submit
Congrats to you, Kate. You have won this, a Wange
I think I have to show you.
Wang
tabletop dice tray from our friends
tabletop.
at Wormwood Gaming.
Put it on Henry.
Put it on Henry.
Go and like find out which babysitter you are.
Of course.
There has
It's
to
gotta
be.
be.
Does
I
that
feel like
smell
we need to
good?
take this.
Does that smell good? What's it smell like?
What if he just puked
still
right
on
in?
His face is all smushy because he was
He
asleep.
likes it.
What if Henry was just like bleh, right
You
into
wanna roll
it,
some
and then we
dice,
gave it
Henry?
away?
Wanna roll some
Well,
dice,
we already
boy?
gave it away.
Let me sleep. Why don't you guys put him on the couch with you? Get him up there.
I mean, if you want to.
Scoot
come
over,
up.
Taliesin. Get
Henry,
him up
do you
there.
want to come?
Henry, you want it?
Henry, come on.
He's very tired.
Go up
You want to
there.
come up here?
Go up
Boy.
there. Yeah, he's gonna
He's
go.
like,
Move
but I
over.
have
Move
to
over.
sit
Move
there.
over.
Brian wants
Move
him
over.
so
Come
badly
on,
to be
boys.
on the couch.
Come on, get on the couch with your mommy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Henry.
Come on. There you go. Now he's happy.
Come on.
Come on. You can go.
Tell,
this way.
Festive.
You
he
can go
tells
this
us
way.
like
Come on.
if he
Oh,
wants
You wanna
to,
go this
but
way?
you're
He wants to go that way.
waking him
You
up.
want to get up here?
Come on.
Poor Henry. He's
There
had a
you go.
hard
Here we
day
go.
at work.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
We have a
We got a bunch of those iPads. All right. Oh,
Did it
guys,
actually spill?
Don't forget,
I don't see any.
you can
I
enter
don't
our
know.
weekly contest by
It's hard to
emailing
say, but
your
I think
fan
Henry
art
might have
to-
spilled a little bit of.
What's it again?
Liquid.
Submit.
Submit.
Talksmachina.com. Rules for our contest are available at critroll.com.
I think Brian is thinking the dog
hiding
angle
his
works,
face
and
behind
honestly,
his
he's
Uncle
not wrong.
Taliesin.
I think people see the
like, I
dog on the
spilled
couch.
the drink
Look
with
at
my giant
Henry
tail.
is literally
wants to
nuzzling
snuggle him,
into
though.
Taliesin.
Ashley
Henry like went into Talison's back.
Alucius wants to know,
Had to happen eventually.
what are Yasha's feelings after seeing Not reunited with her husband? After losing her own partner, like we were just talking about, are there any bubblings of bitterness or resentment? Or is she happy to see them back together?
I would think I would hope she'd be happy, but
I don't know if it's resentment,
jealousy, like
but it's a little bit of. Come on, bring it in.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Down boy.
You threw that so fucking hard. Maxwell James.
Maxwell James. In my head, I was like, I'm shocked no one's given them
This is
paper
a
towels
show
yet if it's that
about a
bad.
D&D
Because they
game.
cleared off
Can
the
we
whole
have some
table.
goddamn professionalism?
Try throwing
This is an
it like
important
a
talk
fast
show.
Only fair if everyone gets
And
to throw the
this
paper
Format
it was
lends
like-
itself to
Not only,
professionalism. Tired of people running
not
in here
only
with
was
Nerf
it
guns,
fast, but
disrespecting my
off the
Ford
mark.
bust.
It
by
was
throwing
like
a
not
fucking-
even on camera barely. All I saw was the shadow over Ashley's
I know you
head.
want to help, but it's all
Good
over,
job,
buddy.
Max.
I'm
you gotta,
so
you gotta
used by all
lob
of
it.
this.
If
Talks
you're gonna do
Machina
that,
had
lob
a great
it.
What are
run.
you doing? This is my
There's
spot.
probably some highlights.
Now Henry's all over. There's a massive fire in the studio.
Highlights on YouTube you can watch.
Right, do we need any?
Ashley
Oh, yeah,
Johnson
I
is
need a ton
right
for
in the
the
middle
books.
of the flame.
Yep.
See, like how Brian did it? You lob it.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Henry.
You don't
I'll
whip
take
it
those back.
overhand with a
Do
freaking
not light
power
my
of
dog
God.
on fire.
Jesus.
You lob
what
it.
a mess.
You go, hey. It ain't like you're
how
gonna
you
like.
throw.
See that?
Throw a
Look at
paper
that.
towel.
That's how you throw. Look how people are throwing now.
Ashley-
Max, you deserve
No. It's
everything
Are you
you've
left-handed
gotten,
or right-handed?
all the abuse on the show.
Shut up.
But now Max will say, Brian, it's your fault to begin with because you shouldn't have put
At
Henry
some
on the
point,
couch and knocked the mug
Ed
over.
Lopez is going to come
But
in here
Brian can do what he
with bolt
wants.
cutters and cut every cord in this goddamn room and end this savage nightmare. We have 10 minutes left. I want you to answer this question. Taliesin, stop wiping off the goddamn books.
It's there. They're
You have
books.
to.
They're
They're
fake
books. You
props.
have to
They're
save them.
fake. Those are fake props.
They're
They will
fake
outlive all of
props.
us. We have to save them.
Okay.
They're books, man.
Books.
Ashley, what are Yasha's
Yeah, Taliesin's
feelings
doing the right thing.
after seeing not
Brian
reunited with
created
her husband?
chaos,
Let me
and now
get
people are trying to
us
clean
many
it up.
times do I have to
Give me
ask
a
you?
minute.
Brian, it's all your
Well,
fault for
okay.
putting Henry on the couch.
Oh, God. There
Look
we
at
go.
what's
That
happened.
will help.
You can
Now
tell
I
right
can
away.
start.
People are like, don't
Gary.
move Henry. And it happened. I think it's entertaining as hell, and I loved every minute of it. But
Yes.
Brian,
So
that's why we don't have nice things.
there we go.
Oh, what's Taliesin doing?
Answer the question.
Okay. Not so much resentment.
Is that a
There you
beard?
go. There's your beard. Maybe I don't even know if jealous is the word.
Wishing she could have the same experience.
Of course, I
But
think
she doesn't seem like the kind of person that would be resentful.
Ashley is
No.
covered
Bittersweet,
in
it's
yeah.
bittersweet.
Stuffed
I think
toys.
she's very, very happy that. I think it's also a not a lesson, but a sign that good things can still
Taliesin is having
happen.
so much fun with that pillow, and
And
now he
I
knocked
think,
Brian's eye out.
Yasha is very used to tragedy and sort of bad things happen, and especially people that she gets close to. And I think it's sort of a reminder that there's still good in the world and that people, that good things can still happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's where she's at with it.
We'll find a way to flip that all around. Give us time.
Oh, yeah.
Anything can become a tragedy if you just work hard enough.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a good
I think
quote
she's more
for you.
accustomed
Wow.
and used to
look-
that.
yeah, I was gonna
anyway.
say that's a dark look, but I
Yeah, that
dig
was
it.
me, not no, but yeah.
Taliesin, I'm not going to dignify this person's screen name because of all the people who shamed me for thinking that I didn't know what it meant last week. But on a scale of 1 to punching Brian, how satisfying does it feel to cancel out those crits?
Oh yeah, I like the
BN.
You know that video?
Doo-doo.
I mean, oh man, if there's anything about Grave
Doo-doo-doo.
Cleric that really is
What
just
was it?
deeply
BN,
satisfying, it's any time that you're
doo-doo-doo.
within 30 feet of something like that with a reaction, just to sit there and you're like,
Doo-doo,
and you can
doo-doo.
just,
So it's BN, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
No.
I guess that's it? I
Not
thought it was
today.
dude in the
Yeah.
middle.
just not today,
Nope. Don't say that while you're rubbing my face.
not today.
No. Not say that while you rub my face.
Today.
While you're rubbing my, don't. Okay, yeah, no,
No,
I
say
got that
today
now.
while you rub my face.
Today.
Say tonight.
Yeah,
On
Sorry,
Talks
babe.
Machina.
Submit.
Paradox, Ashley.
Submit.
Okay.
Are you surprised the group
didn't-
hasn't
they
got
didn't-
you
I didn't see it.
to an armor class of 16 by now? Finally, we're addressing Yasha's
Man.
bullshit
Well,
armor class.
listen.
Are you looking
Yasha has
forward to
had
the
a
next shopping
so
episode?
low of an armor class.
I mean, we just
Still,
had a shopping
16.
episode.
Shopping episode.
16 is like what Bo
no, it's
started
not
with.
the-
Maybe
the
not even. I think
group's
Bo was
job
higher than
to
that
do
to
that.
start.
I think
I can't remember. But Bo
I think I
started
need
around
to
there.
figure
Bo
out
is
how to.
20 now? What is Bo's
I shouldn't.
armor class?
I shouldn't have
in
taken
the
a
20s,
feat.
right? With
This
the
last
bracer,
time,
she might be 21.
we were driving. Remember, and I was just doing it in the car on the way there.
Yeah,
and,
we were figuring it out.
and then I realized when we played the game, I was like, ugh, I should have upped my constitution. Started working on getting my armor class higher. That's something I'm actively going to work on, and see if maybe I can purchase something.
The
to
good news is
up my armor class.
she can rage and half all her damage. So
Or we
even
can
when
find
we have been
something, or- I don't know.
attacked
That's definitely something that
500
in this
times,
last
she still hasn't died.
this last
or
game.
went
I mean, I
unconscious.
got hit. I think every time he
Oh,
tried, and I was
all
like,
but one,
okay,
if
this
I
is a
recall.
problem.
Yeah.
I think they missed it. We're like,
Yeah,
oh
like-
my god.
Yeah,
But
it's
the
like,
funny
this
thing
is-
was
this
she
is
got
a-
hit
this is a
every
problem.
time and still
Can't wait for.
made it because of
Thursday.
the
Something, man.
amount of hit
Oh
points
man,
she
I'm not
has.
ready for this Thursday.
And because of the amount
More
of
stuff to
Struggling already.
halving
Still in the
damage
middle,
she
and,
could do with
and
rage.
Travis is in a bad way. So
Then we got a
Yeah.
clerics healing her
Yeah.
and stuff.
I
I think we're fine.
definitely burned my fifth, so I don't know what to do about that. So
Yeah.
can't fix that right now.
We burned our 5th level
wanna
spell
squeeze in
with
a couple more.
Caduceus,
One's
and we're about
about,
to giant
Caduceus'
zombie
siblings.
fight.
Zava Margay asks, Caduceus doesn't seem to be worried nor miss his siblings. Is it because they weren't so close, or they're so close that the distance doesn't really matter? Whatever you can tell us, tell us.
It sounded
I
like he's
mean,
like falling.
he misses his siblings. He misses his parents. He misses his aunt. Like the whole dynamic that he had, he misses. But that ended. No matter how complicated or uncomplicated it was, that ended a while ago.
Yeah.
And he was alone for a while, and now he's not. So like he misses them, but there's no. There's nothing he could do to find them right now. There's like really
Mutant
well, that's not
and
true.
proud. I've said this before, and I never saw if
He
it was
has
answered
to
in the
assume
comments.
that what he's
but
doing
I've
right
never
now is
seen
the best way
the
to find them.
inside mutant
But
and
that's
proud.
not necessarily.
I was like, is that
the
some
entire
fancy
goal.
X-Men
but
coat?
in the back of his head, he
And it really
may
is.
think that is.
I thought it was like a
cons-
brand or
consolation
something
prize
trying to
finish
copy
done is
the look
Yeah.
of the
everyone
X-Men
gets
logo.
to come home. I
It's
don't think he's really
X-Men.
thought about whether or not something's gone wrong, or what. I don't think he's just thought about it much.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting. Ashley, one more question for you.
I was
darling.
gonna say this could be
This one comes from
final questions.
Infinity
One more
Train
for her.
OT.
Might be one more for Taliesin.
Hey.
Interesting. Choo-choo. Caduceus seems confident that the Wild Mother is leading him down the correct path. What does Yasha think about this path bringing her back to Jorhas?
Infinity
Does she
Train
believe the Stormbringer
OT.
is leading her? And if not, why is she staying with the Mighty Nine?
Yeah, those of you who do not know, we are starting season 4 of Infinity Train this week. This week coming up. Oh wait, no, finale of season 3 is this week.
That
Next week, season
little
4.
mini conversation.
Final
that
season of
Yasha
Infinity
had
Train.
with Caduceus
One of 5 shows I've
about,
done with Ashley Johnson in the last 3 months.
You know, her not necessarily believing in fate, and he's like, well, but here you are,
Infinity Train,
Traveling to-
Centaur World,
where a god is
Last
telling
of
you to
Us,
go.
the
I
game
think
Last of Us, Critical Role.
that was kind of
Vox
a
Machina.
big
There's like 6 or 7 different things I've done
turning
with
point
Ashley
for
Johnson.
her and her sort of thinking of this path that she's on. And
When I say Critical Role, I meant
I think
Campaign 2 and
she
animated
definitely
Vox
looks
Machina.
at
Totally
Jester's
different
relationship,
things.
which seems so personal with the traveler, and
The Traveler.
you
I
know,
gotta say, The Traveler might be my favorite
and I think
of
with
all.
Caduceus it is second
Right now,
nature
just
for
like the
him
idea
to
of it
follow.
being like what it is
It's
and
impersonal. It's not.
the-
It's not
the-
as. But it's so
just the
well
thought,
developed.
The
It's
sounds,
so
the
well
name, the
developed.
Traveler, the
Personality.
jokesterness.
And so
gesture
I think for
really brings
Yasha,
it to your
it's still
attention.
this very, it is a new thing for her to sort of, she doesn't quite know what faith is yet. And, or know what it means to sort of fully
Put your faith in something?
put your faith in something and what that means. And so she's just kind of taking day by day and hour by hour of just, you know, waiting for a sign, because that's, I think, what she thinks the connection is at this point.
Yeah.
But there's a little more to it than that I think.
I think Ashley's afraid of
will
saying too
definitely come out
much.
in the,
Yeah.
in the rest of the games
Yeah.
and stuff I want to explore.
We've
sort of more in-game
early
than
on. There's
talk
been
about it,
times
but,
where Ashley's like, "Oh crap, I shouldn't have said that."
I don't think she's
or she thought
jealous
she
by
said
any
something
means of
way early
their
on. I remember she thought she said
relationship. I
something and
think
then was
she's-
like,
if anything, she's learning
"Shit."
from them.
So she's being
and
careful.
sort
I think.
of seeing what that relationship could be, but also like the Stormlord is very scary. So it's, you know, the relationship that they have with their gods, or it's, you know, like it's fun, or it's something. It's a weird thing that she's figuring out.
Yeah. It's not as quite bubbly as Jester's situation.
Yeah. But see, Jester,
that,
I feel
there's
makes it that way.
Weird.
I already
Let's be
called it.
honest.
I already called that shit. I already called
Totally
Jester
different
being
types
the
of gods,
dark
but
horse
the
of this whole
reason
campaign. I
they're
think
totally
Jester's
different is
gonna
because
kill all these
Jester
people.
is that type of person that would go with that.
Ours are very glittery
Like,
on
I'm-
the surface,
I'm,
but then when you dig a
I
little
would
deeper,
say
they
a
get
more
weird.
chaotic
They get dark,
person with
whereas
the way
yours
I
are
live
very
my
dark
life.
on the surface, and I don't necessarily know
Drinking
what
and
that
partying
means
and stuff when I was
deeper
younger, and I would say I
That
live a
makes
more
sense?
chaotic life than most. So people like the Traveler are more of a
relationship with their deities, like Jester's
of,
relationship and Cad's relationship
draw,
with their
I'd
deities.
say.
Yeah.
I'm very. This Traveler thing has been bothering me.
like
since
No,
I,
it's
I dig
there's
the Wild
obviously
Mother,
there's something
but I'm
there's
not
something a
weird.
little weird about it.
relaxed.
Something real weird going on.
nature guy like Caduceus.
Weird.
I think
don't
it's
like
some
it.
Fight Club shit.
Nothing
And-
against
and-
it. I'm
Fight
just
Club
and-
shit.
more the other way.
Yeah, worshiping the gods of nature by feeding people to mushrooms is weird. It's a little
Too
dark.
good.
It depends on your.
It's a little dark.
Depends on
It's
your
a little
perspective
dark.
of
It does,
I guess.
but
little
there's
dark.
a very reasonable perspective to be like, that's some creepy previous
Yeah.
and Hannibal shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know.
You drink dead people tea.
Oh yeah, no, there's
be
some
fair
weird
here.
there.
Dead
Whereas
people.
people.
Yeah, when it's on the surface though, that's when it's like, well, what's right beneath the surface of that? Because yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully more mushrooms.
Electric mushrooms.
Were you gonna say
Electric
something?
mushrooms.
No, I think I mean, I was, but I was like, yeah.
She's great.
I know.
Love
I have a lot of
Ashley.
things I can't say right now.
This was a good group.
Shut the fuck up.
Not that any
That's all
group
the
is
time we have
bad,
for tonight,
but I feel
folks.
like this was a good day to have this group.
Hey, old Greg, let's prepare a
Old
wave goodbye
Greg?
from Max with that camera if you can. I would like to thank Taliesin and Ashley
wave
for joining
goodbye
us tonight.
from Max
Episode
with the
60,
burned
Critical
hand?
Role Campaign 2.
Someone did say he got
Also
cut,
close to
but I think it's
69.
burned. Who knows?
It's this Thursday. As always, don't forget to love each other.
I'm not saying it.
Don't worry, it's almost Thursday.
I want to see the wave.
Stay turned, my friends, and
Watch
always
Max
remember,
flips the finger.
creepy ain't a crime.
Creepy ain't a crime.
There's D&D.
Indeed.
Sign off. It's
Send
gonna
us home, Max.
Max is waving
Zoom in a little
graciously.
bit.
Good job,
That looked
Max.
at.
Let's really take that. Let's really take that in.
All right, guys, that's it for Talks Machina episode 59. What a great episode. We got Ashley, Taliesin, Brian. We had Max and crew incorporated. We saw Steve, the camera guy. I don't hear his name brought up much, but Steve looks like a jolly dude who likes to incorporate himself, put his head in the way of Max's hand. Here's the thing with Max. I can never tell if he is so on his game that he comes off like he's uncomfortable and not wanting to be part of it, or if he really is that way, because there is a good chance being part of this crew that he is just that guy where he's pretending to be the butt of all the jokes, but in reality he actually is part of it and wanting to be that guy. All I know is he waved at the end and we got a great show. Henry unintentionally knocked over the mug. I have to go back and watch. I don't know who did it. Something through the process of Henry jumping on the couch, and then there is this whole chaotic mess. But I said this last time, when Liam changed places with Brian, it actually changed the dynamic and the routineness of the episode and makes it that much more enjoyable. We also lost GIF of the week. I'm watching the clock and I'm like, why isn't GIF of the week here yet? Brian must have read my mind and says there's no more GIF of the week. They're doing something new coming up soon. I don't know if we'll get it on episode 60 or 61 or maybe not even that, but I'm curious. Ashley said she was a fan of the new thing we're gonna do. I don't know what it is, but we still have fan art of the week, and we got a great episode. We talked about Taliesin, aka Caduceus, using up his 5th level spell, and now we gotta fight a zombie giant or a demonic possessed giant, whatever you want to call it. I'm jumping into that right now. We might do it differently this week. I don't know. We'll see when we have it, but just in case, I might do this week like I was gonna do Easter week, but for the reasons of changing it up a little. I might do the Patreon Hour exclusive first, And then instead of doing a part 1 and 2, I talked about this before, but I might just do one video instead of doing a part 1 and 2 and having something come out almost every day where you got to keep up. I feel like some people are having trouble, not trouble, but some people, it's just a lot to watch when there's something on Saturday. You get Talks Machina, Monday you get part 1, Tuesday you get Patreon hour, which is an hour obviously, and then Wednesday you get part 2, and then Friday's the live stream. I almost feel like it's too much to wait for. So I'm going to try it this week. We'll see what we think. You guys let me know you want to see more of what I do. In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. Check the link for Patreon. Hundreds of other movies and shows. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.